Hey guys, me Tesla Blaine, I'm back again, and today I am going to install something that I think is really cool. I'm installing a swivel mount for the screen in a 2020 Tesla Model 3. No, it's not my car. I have a Model Y 2020 model. However, I'm going to install it on this Model 3 today. Here's what it looks like when it comes in the box. It says here a screen rotating bracket. It'll turn it to a 30 degrees one way or 30 degrees the other way. It does say here it's suitable for the Model 3 or the Model Y. It's made out of aluminum alloy. It fits right. It looks OEM, guys. It looks OEM. You take off your old bracket. You're going to put in the new bracket, and after you put it in and you reconnect all your electrical wires and everything, it's pretty simple to do. It only takes you about 30 minutes to do it if you go step by step and follow the instructions. I'm going to show you what tools I've used, and then I'm going to show you the installation of it. But if you like the way this thing looks, I mean, you can't beat it. I mean, it's an awesome product, and it looks and feels great. You're driving along, you hit any bumps, it doesn't move on you, it doesn't go anywhere, and I can't wait to get one for my Model Y. So anyways, let's get started on this installation, all right? Okay, so for tools, what I have and what you may want to get, is I have my ratchet style here that I will be able to put in my different bits here. So for the Model 3 2020 model, I needed the torque 30, a T30 right there. Some of the older models might require a T25. You will also need the hex 5. That's this bit right here. Both of these will slide right into there. I can use that. You're going to need a normal Phillips screwdriver. I got my ratchet with my 10mm socket on it. You're going to need that to take out a couple bolts and put them back in. And for the underneath, taking off at one of your very first steps, removing it, you got to remove a cover. Some people say to use the plastic thing. What I found to work is a little device like this. It's just a little hook. I went up inside the hole and I grabbed it and I pulled down ever so nice and tight, and boom, it popped out. So this is what I use. I didn't have any luck using a plastic tool. But anyways, these are the only tools that I use to install the screen protector. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do when we get started to take this screen off and install the mount is I'm going to go into display right here. I'm going to go into screen clean mode. This here will put the screen off, and we're going to get started on taking everything out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this little cover right here. I'm going to get up in here with my plastics tool and try to take it off. Let me get a different tool. They did say that you might damage it a little bit, but you're not going to be using it. There we go. Okay. Got that taken off. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this wire from the cabin temperature sensor here. There we go. All right. Later on, we're going to be taking this cabin temperature sensor out. For now, we're just going to remove this, put it off to the side, out of the way. Leave that right there. So the next thing we're going to do is right up in here, right here, is a 10mm socket that we're going to have to remove. Get up in there. And there's actually 2 of them. Make sure you take the bolts out, and you're going to save them. Both of these bolts, these 10mm bolts right here, put them inside your cup holder, or you save them for later on, or need them later. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to carefully and slowly pull this out, and then you're going to lay it here on your towel. I'm wiggling it. It happened to everybody. Okay, I got it disconnected. I'm going to lay it carefully on my towel so then I can get to the rest of the parts and cables. Next thing, we have the torque bit screws down in here. All right, so we have the 2 Torx screws right here that we have to take out. Do you see them right there? All right. So these ones here take the, this is a 2020 model 3, and it takes the torque bit T30. So we're going to simply remove these. And when we remove them, we need to make sure we save them. See, right there is the screw. It's a T30. Put it right back in the box or in the cup holder. Get the screw out. So now we're going to bring this up to here, get this out of our way. And the first thing we need to do is you got this electrical white clip right here. We need to make sure we bring it up. So it looks like I'm just going to have to pry it apart. All right, next thing I want to do, I'm going to take my screwdriver, and I think right here is a little clip. I'm going to push on it. Little tab. I'm going to pull up on my cable. Like that. So, right here is that little clip that I had to push on to help be able to pull this straight up. And all this thing was just a guard. All right, so we're going to save this. Put that there. We're going to remove this, which this piece here we will no longer need. We don't need this piece anymore. It's not going to do us any good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our bracket out of the box. This is our new swivel bracket. I'm going to slide it in like this. All right, and then I'm going to be using the 2 10mm bolts that I took out earlier. And to get this up in here, you may have to swivel your bracket out of the way so you can get this bolt up in there. Put it in finger tight at first. My second bolt. Make sure you don't cross thread anything. That's why you want to finger tight it first. You want to make sure that you get this very tight, so no movement at all. Torque. Twist that around. See if I got my hands calibrated correctly. All right, it's torqued. Okay. Now we have that. It's tight, not going anywhere. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cover plate here and we're going to attach it. So we're gonna send the wires through here. Come over. There we go. So right now I'm just trying to get these clips to go under here and get this bottom inside there as well. Ooh, I think I might have it. Pull out the bottom a little bit. I think it's in there. We have it, that part installed. All right, it's in there good. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna install this on the back of the screen. And with this, you're gonna use your 2 torque screws that we had earlier. Nice and tight. Okay, good. All right, so the next thing we need to do is get this attached. There we go. Get it lined up. I heard it click, so I know that I got it reattached correctly. Now I just need to get this protective cover back around there. Oh, and it just clipped right back down. It was easier putting it on than taking it off, I'll tell you that. A lot easier. That was a lot better. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the screen to the mount, and I'm going to use these 2 new H5 screws, hexagon screws. Okay, so I got my tool set up here. I got my 2 bolts, and I'm gonna go ahead and install it. Pick this up, come around side. You can see where it's. All right, it's in there. All right, now that I have these installed, I'm gonna come under here. I'm gonna find the hole. I may have to adjust it a little bit. And you do not want to cross thread, so make sure you get it finger tight first. Get it started with your fingers. All right, you did that one right here. There we go. There we go. Got it. Like I said, you want to make sure that you get them in there finger tight. You do not want to cross thread, because then you won't be able to use it anymore if you do that. So right now I'm just using my camera to see where I got to go with the bolts. Cheating. Yeah. Alright. What I'm doing is I'm moving the screen every little bit until it grabs it tight. Okay. Make sure I get that one nice and tight too. That one's good. I'm going to come over to my other screw. Wiggle it a little bit, just make sure there's no freeness. And by the way, the screen is already back on, it's still in cleaning mode. So, it came back on, that's a very good sign, huh? And there it goes. If it didn't come back on, we'd have a problem. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tuck in the wiring harness, except for the temperature sensor. Make sure that the wiring harness is up in there, and it is. Moves around freely, so it's not stuck on anything. Leave that there. I want to put my work towel back up. Next thing we got to do is remove this temperature sensor off this plate. Looks like to me there's a little tab right here. I pulled the tab up right here. I pulled this little tab up right here, and then sensor came right out. We don't need this anymore. Leave that right there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the new plate that came with the kit. I'm going to take this temperature sensor and I'm going to put it in there like that. And I really don't know which way it needs to go. It doesn't say, it doesn't tell me, it doesn't say anything. Is there a groove? No groove. No nothing. Goes this way or that way? Alright. I'm going to install it there. I'm going to take 2 of the screws that they gave me. They gave me 3, so it looks like they gave us. I need a Phillips screwdriver for this. I'm going to get this one started. Start the other one. Get the screws all the way in. Alright, got that installed. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cable and I'm going to attach it. There is only one way to attach it. If you look here, you see right there, you see the little groove inside there. You got to match it up with your sensor. So you can't put it in wrong. That's what I'm trying to get at. Boom. I heard it click. I have that installed. And then when we go to install it up in here, you're going to start off installing the bottom first and then get the left and right side in. Okay, I want to push the wires up in there a little bit better. Make sure there's no tension on anything. Got the bottom in. Got the left one in, got the right one in, and it is installed. We have one part left to do, and then we'll be good. Okay, so the next thing I gotta do, the last step, is I'm going to install this little back plate. It's gonna go right up here behind the cable, and it's just gonna help close that in and make it look a little bit more like a finished look. So, get these stickers off. I hate doing. All right. So the next thing, got the stickers off. Just gotta get it put up in there. This part right here is at the top. Slide it in above the cable. Take your time. And look at the other side. It is installed. Take a look at this. Okay, so I got it installed. I want to push hold to exit. All right, we have that back on, and let's take a look at the screen. That's straight on. It's tilted all the way to the driver's side. And it's over there. It's a very tight fit, meaning if you're driving hard, it's not going to bounce around. It's not going to turn on you or anything like that. I mean, this is a very nice, secured, tight fit. Rotation feels good. You can have any angle that you need it to be at. Go right there. That's nice. All right, so I got it installed. Overall, it was very easy. As long as you follow instructions, whether you're using my video or somebody else's video that's out there, go step by step, take your time disconnecting the electrical cables and the harnesses off the monitor and the sensor and all that, and you can do it. It's not a difficult job to do. I would say this is more a medium type tasking to do. But like I said, get the right tools. I've showed you exactly what tools I used, and I know in some of the models before they used the Torque 25 bit. This one here on a 2020 Model 3, it uses the Torque 30. So guess what? Buy a small, cheap little kit that has the different size bits in them, and you're going to be good to go. I mean, then you have one to take out and try it or whatever. And then you just need a regular Phillips screwdriver. A good cloth is all you need. And take your time. Take your time. And I love it. So, I mean, it's great. Like right now, I'm turning the monitor. It's straight at me as I'm driving. I have no problem seeing the screen. If I was in the driver's seat and my wife was driving, I'd be able to turn that monitor and have it going straight towards me if I wanted to play with something or do any adjustments or even trying to figure out our navigation. I could have it facing towards me, so then that way she could worry about driving and not have to look at the screen. And it keeps things on the screen from blocking her eyes or making her look at it or something like that. Now, even with it tilted all the way towards the passenger, as a driver, I can still see the screen. It's still viewable. It's not like it turns out of my way where I can't see it. So I like this thing. I mean, for a product that is very simple to install, and I would also say it looks really OEM. From sitting here in the passenger side or the driver's side, you can't see anything different was installed on this car. You can't tell anything different. If you look at it from the side, the plastic and the pieces that they give you with it, the brackets, they're the same color, the same gray as the rest of the car, so they really fit in there good. I mean, it's clean install. It's simple. They give you the right hardware. No issues. I mean, I definitely give this a thumbs up on the install and the product of this. I can't wait to get one for my Model Y. This is for my friend John and his 2020 Model 3. He beat me to it and got it, so I wanted to help him install it, and we got it installed. And installing it, I would say it probably took, if I was not worried about the camera and trying to get the angles and doing all that, it might have taken about 30 to 40 minutes. I mean, it is relatively a quick install. So anyways, guys, if you haven't done so already and you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't hit subscribe, hit subscribe. And until next time, be safe, have fun, and keep driving. All right, guys, thanks. See ya.